Hello and welcome to this month's website review. My name is Chloe Thomas. I'm the author of the eCommerce MasterPlan, and I will be taking you through a live review of the website agame.co.uk. Agame are one of the many people who've signed up to try and get one of these free reviews from me. So if you'd like to sign up, then please go to the website ecommercemasterplan.com and you'll find a link there to the free review sign up form, and then we pick one each month to do, so please do sign up and see if you get lucky. Let me explain a little bit first off about the e-commerce masterplan. The e-commerce masterplan originated in a book which outlines the 3 steps to successful online selling. It's also now or shortly to be an online course, and I've spent quite a lot of time teaching and helping people build their e-commerce masterplan so far this year as well. The 3 steps to successful selling is, first off, what sort of e-commerce business are you? In that, we run through how to identify your e-commerce business structure, how to identify the scale of your product range, how to differentiate your business, all key critical things to understand in order to make sure you build your business in the right way to avoid losing out and wasting time, effort and money. We then go on to step 2, which is establishing the core foundations. This is the one we're going to be looking at today, which is because part of it is all about building the right website. Then it goes on to how you build your business for profit and growth, because of course if you're not building for profit and growth and getting the numbers right, then you're not going to be in business very long, and you're certainly not going to be very successful. Then we go into how to select your products and your promotions, which are 2 things which run really closely hand in hand. Then finally, the 3rd step is catchily entitled "I've built it, why haven't they come?", aka marketing. So how to research your marketing plan, then how to create your marketing plan, and finally the test, measuring and optimization of your marketing that's going to build you lots of great traffic of customers that's going to buy. So before we dive on to Agame's site, let me quickly run through who they are in terms of the e-commerce masterplan. Agame.co.uk are an online-only business. They have a fairly wide product range scale, as we'll see shortly. And right now, I'm finding it hard to work out what their USP is. I think it could be customer service, or it could be their customer base, because they target a slightly different customer base. But I'm not sure. So maybe we'll find the answers as we go through the website. I haven't yet dug into this website. I do these live, and I like to come up to have lots of fresh ideas when I do them. So I haven't yet looked into this website to look at what it should be doing. So you're seeing this with me for the first time. So let's bring up Agame. Here is the Agame homepage. As you can see, Agame are all about selling sportswear. So let's take a look at their homepage. So we've got some nice share buttons going to Twitter, Facebook and the RSS feed there. I would strongly suggest adding Google Plus into the mix for search engine reasons, if nothing else. We've got nice clear links to the About Us, your account, login, contact us, etc. And we've got a search box which is going to allow us to search the entire shop here. We've then got some navigational options going along the top here, which aren't hugely clear, I would say, right now, because you've got one which is sports, which has got lots and lots and lots of different sports in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 21 to be exact. But then we've got a separate one for water sports, under which there's only 2, and those aren't in the normal sports, so I'm not quite sure why we've got one called sports and one called water sports, if actually what we've really got here is, in fact, it's not even ball sports and water sports. We've got trampolines down in this one as well. So some confusion going on there between those 2. We've then got fitness, which is a whole range of different things. Teamwear, which is all about kit. Junior, which I'm guessing is for kids sport. First aid, and then we've got games at the end as well. The reason why I'm a bit confused by this navigation is that it's doing several different things. So the sports, water sports, fitness part is trying to categorize the website by what sort of person is searching. Are they looking for sport information, are they looking for water sport information, are they looking for fitness products? Whereas at the far end, we've then got it being segregated based on product. So is it first aid products or games products or teamwear products? So I think it would be highly advantageous. I mean, it's great to have both both navigational methods, but the big question comes into it is, how do people want to search the site, and how can we make that easy for them? Now, it could be that you change that whole navigation to be a search by sport, where you hover over it and then you get all the sport options, and then you get another one which is search by product type, which then takes you into teamwear, first aid, games, balls, etc., etc. But I think it would be sensible to either go down one route or the other. Because at the moment that's a little bit of a hodgepodge, I would say. So it'd be well worth sorting that out. And it might be that it's actually worth changing that to simply highlight the areas that you're most interested in selling the products of. So right now I would assume that teamwear is a big product range. First aid is a big product range, and the games are a big product range. Either that or the games are just kind of added on the end because they could be. So there's a little bit of confusion going on in this navigational structure that's not making it easy for the customer to get to work out how to navigate this site. We've then got some nice rotating banners going on here. Now, the one thing I would say about these is we've got new season. Okay, great. So that's nice and compelling. It's nice and clear what we're talking about here. What's on sale and the images. Oh, quite nicely. It appears to have stopped moving because I put my mouse over it. See if that starts moving again now I move my mouse. Yes, so that's quite a nice feature. But the only bit which is clickable is the view all products part. And I'd like to see the whole banner clickable, because I don't see why someone shouldn't be able to just click on cricket, why they have to click on view all products. I'd also change the wording from view all products to view all cricket products, just to make sure it's clearly tied back into the right range, just so there's no doubt left in the consumer's mind as to where exactly they're going. Down here we've then got popular sports, assuming those are the 4 big sellers, and I think that's a really good thing to have. And these ones, the whole image is clickable, which is great. So we like that. Down here we've got a latest tweet section, which has no tweets at all in it, so that one would be worth fixing. And also has, again, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the blog links. We've got a special offer on cricket equipment here. Now, special offer is quite compelling, but we don't know what the special offer is on this cricket equipment. No idea at all. So it would be good to highlight what that special offer is. And also, if there is a special offer, it ought to be up here as well. Because you've got cricket up here, everything you need to play indoors are out, but apparently you've got a special offer going on the cricket. So I would make sure that's up here, because this is likely to get considerably more clicks than the activity down here is. We've then got Facebook, which again, the information is not being pulled through here. So I would get that fixed or take it off, one or the other, because not having the tweets, not having Facebook when you've said you've got it, is something which can lead to people assuming you're not keeping the site up to date, which therefore reduces the trust and therefore increases the likelihood of them not buying from you. So it's all about trust here, which actually is something I just noticed down the bottom. This very, very useful, because it's, although technically speaking none of these are "we are trustworthy" marks, they are the sort of logo marks that lead people to think, wow, this is a trustworthy website. So well worth adding these in if these are the types of cards which you take on your website, so people can immediately start building that trust with you because they can see these logos, and also they could then know how they can check out with you too. Then here we've got a sign up for the newsletter. yes, it's nice and simple, but there's no compelling reason there as to why I should sign up. What am I going to get if I give you my email address? Always worth, even if it's simply get our regular newsletter of the latest developments in sporting equipment, that's enough. But at least then you're or it's certainly better than saying simply sign up for e-news. So make sure that you've got something there that's a compelling reason why I should be signing up for your news. Here we've got a popular products section with 4 products being featured. Now, a couple of things about this. One, I would have these products further up the list, further up the page. And 2, these popular products are all specific to individual sports. And what we don't know of the people appearing on our homepage, people who get to our homepage, is which sport they're interested in. You know, we've got this scrolling at the top going through different ones. We know that there's lots and lots of different sports they do. So I would change these to be popular products that could be relevant for any sport. Because the reason for having products on your homepage is to immediately get people into buying from you. Now, what they're not going to be able to, the chances of someone landing on the site and wanting a vaulting horse is considerably lower than the chance of someone landing on the site and needing first aid equipment or some polo shirts or something. So I would find some of the products which are applicable to all sports and bring those onto the homepage to increase the likelihood of people seeing something they want to buy at this point. We've also got quite a long description of who A-Game Sports are here. As from reading through that, I'm going to guess that A-Game Sports are a fairly kind of B2B organisation in that they're targeting organisations and groups who buy this rather than the individual players. What that means is that it's worth having some of this sales text just to explain, how you deal with clubs and how you work with clubs. However, what I would be very tempted to do is to make this copy more compelling, both by bolding some of the key phrases. So, for example, we stock the best brands. That would be worth bolding. Includes bespoke sportwear. I bold that. I would bold open and honest. And if you've got these great list of clubs, community groups, then I would add some testimonials from them. So to see if you've got lots of clubs, community groups, leisure centres, etc., who are trusting you to provide your equipment, etc., direct to their door, then I would make sure that you have some testimonials for them, which actually probably be a better use of one of these spaces, to be some testimonials from real people, get some of that social proof going. And then the please do contact us if you can't find what you want. So there's quite a few key messages going through there. But there's an awful lot of text to wade through to get out those key messages. So I would definitely try and highlight on some of those. So let's now go a little bit deeper, because I think we've covered all the key points on here. Where shall we go? Choices. Let's go into something which I know something about would be a good idea, wouldn't it? No, actually, as I was speaking at Lord's this week, let's go and do cricket. Fascinating place, Lord's. They've got some amazing rooms in which to do presentations and training sessions, and quite a lot of famous cricketers walking around, which is somewhat distracting. But anyway, so this is one of the product list pages where this one in particular focused on cricket. Now, the very first thing I'm noticing is that all the text we've got up here says is cricket. From an SEO point of view, I would be tempted to change that to cricket equipment, because people searching for cricket on Google are looking for a wide range of different things. And here we are specifically selling cricket equipment, so I would add equipment in there just as has been done up here in the title tag. Now we've got 12 products appearing on first view. Now there are 90 products in total in here. I would be very tempted, with broadband speeds being what they are these days, to make sure that we've got more than 90 showing on first view. So more than 12 showing on first view. So I'd be tempted to up that to 24, because there's quite a wide range of product types on here, from screens to pitches and helmets and scoreboards, in fact. So I would be very, very tempted to increase that up to at least 24 products on first view. But saying that, we have some really clear navigation. We can easily see how many products in total are in here. Oh, we're not actually allowed to see any more than 12, so we definitely need to change that and to put in a show all option too, so people can quickly visually look through the products and find the one they want. We've got a nice little, we can nip through the pages, that's good. We've got 2 views. What happens if I go to the list view? Okay, just give me a little bit more information. And this time, now we've got 10 per page. And then we can go up as far as 25, which would be an improvement. So I would also standardise this between the 2 views. Whether you're viewing on grid or you're viewing on list, I'd make sure you have the same options. It's just a bit odd having 2 sets of options. It just makes it look a bit... I'm just imagining that's a little bit hard to manage as well. So I get them standardised. We can then sort by something called position. No idea what that is. That's confusing me. Name and by price. But what I don't know is whether price is high to low. Let's try sort of sorting by price. Okay, now taking a leap of faith, if I hit this, will it change it to highest to lowest? Yes, it will. So that's not going to be immediately apparent to the average person on your website. So I would strongly suggest you change the sort by to price low to high, high to low, name, which needs to be an A to Z, I make that clear, and whatever position is, I would just get rid of that word because that means nothing. Behind the scenes, I'd make sure you've got your best-selling items to the top of the list, so those are the ones people see when they see that first set of products. Now, over here we've got categories, and what I'm wondering is if these categories are actually filters of our primary cricket category, or whether these are products I won't find in my cricket category. Because what a consumer is likely to do is to assume all the products are in here, or to see here and go straight to cricket balls and go for the 3 balls. Now, here it says there's only 3 cricket balls on the site. Now, on this particular page, I can see 1, 2, 3. I can see 4 products that are balls that are in cricket. So I'm guessing this is not going to be 100% accurate if I go into cricket balls. Oh, we've got these 3. We haven't got the dimples. And intriguingly, we don't actually have anything I would class as a cricket ball. No normal, straightforward leather cricket balls, which is interesting. No cricket balls at all, which seems, maybe I don't understand something about the cricket world, but I would have thought that would be quite an obvious one to have in there. And one of the balls we'd already seen and was missing from here. So okay, that just takes us through into that one. We've also not got, we've got cricket protection 22. If you up the numbers seen per page, you'll obviously see that straight off. But within these, I would look at the areas where we've not got many, or where we've got lots, and try and work out how that should be further subcategorized. So ground equipment, we've got 43. Now, these are, by necessity, the expensive items. And the more someone's wanting to spend, it's often worth making sure that it's easy for them to find what they want. And the fact these are quite expensive means we've got a world of different types of products in here. We've got scoreboards, we've got clocks, we've got boundary ropes, we've got something called flat sheets, we've got cricket netting, all kinds of different things. So I'd be really tempted to subcategorize that down. Oh, it is subcategorized down. Now I've got to this level. So given screen sizes, etc., I would have all of this just upper level. So if someone clicks on cricket, they can go straight in and start working through these categories. So just out of interest, if I come up here. Okay, and then we've got some going to subset, some not. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just highlighting over this just to quickly see what the overall category structure is. Now, I don't know the mindset of the cricketing equipment buyer well enough to be able to say how they would want this categorized and what's going to be the best sellers and so forth, which does fall into how you choose to categorize it. But one of the things I would be looking at is how sensible is this from the buyer's perspective, because ground equipment, we've then got indoor cricket nets separate, we've got cricket stumps, which are possibly verging into the world of ground equipment, potentially, especially when you've got things like the matting and the scoreboards in there, so there's something which is directly related. Training equipment, well, cricket nets are part of your training equipment, yet they're here in ground equipment. Cricket balls, again, is that part of your training equipment, because those weren't normal standard cricket balls? I think there's some work to be done on getting the products into the most sensible order with these. But let's leave navigation behind for the time being, and let's come back into looking at these product list pages. Nice big fat add to basket button. Price is not a link. I'd make that a link. That's nicely a link, and that's a link. And we've got the wish list item as well. So this is, I would make the price a link too, but other than that, we've got lots of nice links going on to take us through to the product. So let's go through to an individual product. Okay, there's a reason I clicked on this one, which is that cricket netting could come in any shape or size. So I was wondering how much cricket netting you get for your £2.16. Well, according to this, you get a 50mm square mesh black polythene 2mm thick throughout. And there's some information about it. Here's our price. Down here, I have to get right the way down to this second set of details to find out that this is a price per square metre and that I need to get a quote on this. Now, that's a failing of this product page. That critical information I would make sure is up here, and I would make sure it's not possible simply to add it to my basket, because that's the key information people need to be able to see. In fact, that's the information people really need to be able to see on the product listing page. So I would be very tempted to change the name of that product to cricket netting per square metre, just so as it's really blatantly obvious that it's a per square metre situation. The other thing which I would do is I would include how they contact you. Please forward us details. Well, that's great, but do you want them by post, by phone, by email? I'd make sure that call to action is clear on that product. Let's go back and look. I'm going to now try and find a product which is simpler. Okay, let's try the wind balls. Okay, so again we've got a bit of product copy of an issue now going, sorry, we've got a bit of product copy issue coming on here. So we've got different choices for our wind balls. We can have the pink junior, the pink senior, the orange junior, or the orange senior. So we know it's in two different colours. We don't have a picture of the orange ball from what I can see, which it would be good to be able to see one. Not essential, as I think less essential than if we're talking about pink and orange clothing. We can also see that it's available in two different sizes. What I haven't got anywhere here is what the actual size differences are between the youths and the men's, which it would be nice to have. I'm going to assume it's a £2.58 per ball. So if we go for a pink senior, and I'm assuming that there's no price difference between the two different sizes, which would be a bit odd, but which might be the case. This is a major issue you've got on the product page here, is that it's got quantity 0. I would never, ever, ever have it with quantity 0, because if someone only wants one and they just want to click add to basket, you're making them do something else in order to be able to add that product to the basket. So I wouldn't do that. I would definitely have it starting off with the number 1, and I'd change that across the whole site because it was the same on the netting product we looked at. We have got a related item, that's good. It's a different type of ball. Oh, and this one has got it starting with quantity 1, which is intriguing, which suggests there's some kind of rule going on the site, which is causing some products to appear as a 0 and some to appear as a 1. I get that fixed, so as it's happening the same way across the ball, across the board rather. So if I change quantity to 11 to get the offer, add that to my basket, is that going to give me them at £3.08? Yes, it is. So it's doing those discounts as you go, which is great. Really useful. And we've got clear Inkex VAT pricing, which of course is going to be essential for a lot of the people that this business is selling to. Let's just come back to here. Oh, we're going to do a racquetball. Let's do a search in our world of... This is the last thing I'll do on this site, just to do a search for cricket balls. And see what I get up. Not brilliant. I've got 313 items for cricket ball and not one ball appeared. So, including some tennis ball tools. Looks like there's a bit of work to be done on the search. So, I would suggest doing some searches on your most popular products, or even putting in place, with this URL string on the site, you could put in place the site search reporting from Google Analytics. So I would get that in place. It's really easy to do, and just in the admin section of Google Analytics, and then see what people are searching for and where they're dropping off, and then go and fix those search results pages, either by, or you'll need to speak to your website developers on how you can amend your own on-site search algorithm, but there needs to be a way to do that, because this is a very wide product range and people need to be able to get through to the product quickly, and search is probably going to be one way in which they're doing that, but certainly you want to be checking the analytics. So that is the review today of A Game Sports. I hope there's been a few bits and pieces in there to be picked up by different people. Let me know how you get on. Let me know if you find it useful. And if you would like one of these site reviews for yourself, just come to eCommerceMasterPlan.com. You'll see either there'll be a button here all about your site review, or if you go to freebies, you'll find the free website review link. Once that's loaded up, Literally all you need to do is fill in your name, email and website here and submit, and we will potentially be reviewing your site in coming weeks. We try and review ones which have been recently submitted, so please do, if you have submitted it before and we haven't yet done one, please do feel free to add yourself again. Well, thank you all very much, and I hope, and please do let me know what you think. Cheers, bye.